All right, all right, all right, all right. What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? What is good, everybody? We are here to talk about Dexter, Original Sin, you guys. And it is now streaming on Paramount. And oh my gosh, it came in literally crazy right off the bat. I'm absolutely here for all things Dexter. With that being said, you guys, there are a few of the characters okay, so let's just go ahead and break it down. Dexter, basically, Dexter Original Sin is about Dexter's past, who Dexter was before he became the Dexter that we know. Now, within this particular film or this series, we're going to have the voiceover, of course, of Michael C. Hall, but then we're going to have Patrick Gibson, who's going to play a young Dexter. Then we're going to have Musaka. Listen, Musaka's got hair this time around, y'all, because this is a young Vince Musaka. We also have the younger Harry Morgan. We're also going to get, of course, we're also going to get Deb Morgan. And then we're also going to get, like, listen, this one right here, this is Maria. I know y'all remember Maria, but in this one, she's a different Maria, but we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. Then you guys, then we're gonna see the one that they picked, the actor that they picked the closest was Batista, Angel Batista. His lookalike or his the character that's portraying him, James Martinez, is like the closest to the original Angel Batista that we have seen in the past. So with that being said, y'all, let's get this Dexter episode one and started. Get it started. But also just know that summer 2025, there's definitely going to be another Dexter, and it's going to be entitled Dexter Resurrection. And wow, already, so they're hitting us over the head with two Dexters in the closest of months that they could ever do. Absolutely, like I said, y'all, I'm absolutely here for it all. Thank you guys for tapping in, tuning in. Please hit that like and that share button. Spread the word because your girl Tika Deshawn right here at All Things Ruthless is talking about Dexter. Now I know some people may be looking for all the Queen's Men recap. That's going to be coming soon, but I just had to come back or come in and give you guys Dexter. So, Dexter, the original sin. So, on the last episode of Dexter, we saw where Dexter had been popped by Harrison. Now, we know Harrison is Dexter's son, okay? And with that, y'all, we're going to see where Dexter is literally checking out. Like, we don't know if Dexter is actually going to make it, but he is on his way to the hospital. He's having flashbacks of Harrison popping him. He's remembering, basically things they say when you're close to death, your life flashes before you and things are really coming back. We're seeing a moment where they have Dexter on the table and they're trying to recover him, trying to resuscitate him from this pop that he has received to his chest by the hands of his own son. And he's gonna actually pull through. He's gonna get a post. Initially, they don't have a post, but then they end up finding one. So with that, y'all, with that, we're gonna see where Dexter, there's a flashback, and this woman is in this hospital and she's having this baby. And after she has the baby, the doctor asks her, so what are you gonna name the baby? And she says Dexter. Now, they're not telling us very much about Dexter's birth mother, but we do know that Dexter is actually adopted. He and his sister Deb are actually adopted. All this time, y'all, I really thought that Harris Morgan was Dexter's biological father. However, he's not. And that was something that I did learn out of this new episode. So we're gonna see, like I said, y'all, we're talking about Dexter Original Sin. Dexter Original Sin. If you guys can hear me, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you can hear me, okay? Um, in the meantime, we're gonna continue on. We're gonna continue on and we're gonna discuss this moment where we see Dexter. Dexter, what are you doing, sir? We see Dexter, and he is basically in class because we now know that Dexter went to school to be a surgeon. So yes, you guys, the whole time I really forgot. I don't know if I don't know if they told us this in the previous shows that Dexter actually went to school to be a surgeon. But anyway, this is what we're getting. We're seeing Dexter. He is, he's training to actually cut on somebody. There's a corpse that is right there in front of him that he's getting ready to open up, but he does all of that. He does cut open this corpse, but then he says basically that the satisfaction is not the same because there is no blood or red paint. Okay, because y'all know Dexter is attracted to unalive men of good, bad, and evil. However, this is a younger Dexter. This is a younger Dexter, and this is before he has his first unalivement. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for tapping in, tuning in, kicking it with your girl Tika Deshawn. Just wanted to show my face a little bit. Try this whole vertical whole situation that YouTube wants us to do again. But with that being said, moving right along, we're gonna see Dexter. Like I said, he's in school for a surgeon, and he's actually one of the smartest kids in the class. And of course, he's gonna get a little picked on because he's a quote unquote nerd. But it's time for Dexter to actually graduate, you guys. And Dexter, the lady says who's taking his picture, she says to him to smile, and this is the reaction or the face that Dexter gives. Now she's telling him, think of something that makes you smile, and all the things that he could think of was this one book, American Psycho. Go figure. Go figure. So this was the only thing that could help Dexter grin, smile, whatever smiles. And this is the smiles that he gave y'all. This is all that Dexter could give us. Poor thing, he's off. He's off. That's all I can say. Then we're seeing what me and Saka, and of course they are on a crime scene where basically something has happened. Now keep in mind, Musaka and all of the other agents, Angel and all of them, are way older than than Dexter. But they work with his father, and here is his father, Harry Morgan. He's like one of the top detectives, and he's on the scene trying to see, what's going on. And we meet her, and she says, don't mess up my crime scene. Put on your booties before you come walking into the crime scene. We don't need any. So she's the blood splatter lady. She's the CSI agent. She's that person. She's the one that investigates the crime scene itself. So we're gonna see Harry Morgan walking in again, you guys, and just all of the old characters are definitely here in the Dexter Origins world. They were there because, of course, this is a story about a young Dexter and how he began. Y'all, don't Angel, doesn't this Bautista look like the Bautista or the Angel from the very first Dexter we ever saw? Listen, I love that they've given us these characters. These flashbacks are absolutely amazing. Keep in mind, you guys, the Dexter that we know is not unalived. He's just on the table at the hospital. He just got a post back. And so this is all of this currently is playing in his mind. All of these things that we're seeing is a part of Dexter's past. So there's again, they're at this crime scene, and Dexter's father, Harry, he is actually a really intuitive detective. He catches the little things, just as Dexter would do, because of course his father is the one that taught him all of the different little techniques and observation, along with Dexter being super smart anyway. So they're investigating this crime scene where someone and this man and his family have been unalive, and they're just trying to figure out what the heck happened. Harry sees this remote, and on this remote, there's going to be a spot of blood. And they go, and of course, you'll see later, you guys, that they're going to basically go and test and see whose blood is on that remote, whose hands have been on that remote. So back at home, Dexter's father is trying to get Mr. Harry, of course, is trying to get Dexter to have some sense of normalcy, some sense of a life. He wants him to get out and do things. He wants him to have a girlfriend. He wants him to be what he considers a normal college person, college student. But as we know, Dexter is different. So he's not there like other college students would be. He's not in that same world. So then we're gonna see then we're seeing this school fair, y'all. This whole career fair where Dexter actually runs into Masaka. Now Masaka is at the career fair trying to get booty. I'm just saying, he's trying to connect with women versus trying to actually do his job. But then there's some images on the board that Dexter is looking at, and he's asking, are these two images of the same unalive man? Now, they have been trying to put two and two together. Musaka and the rest of the Miami Police Department have been trying to put two and two together. They've been working on this specific case for months, and it took Dexter literally 5 seconds to realize that two of those images are actually connected to the same, possibly to the same unaliver. Okay. So back at Miami Police Department, y'all. Shout out to Miami. That's my hometown. But anyway, it's not about me. It's about Dexter. They're looking at this board, and the captain is like, "I want this whole thing, this unalivement spree. I want it shut down. It's too many homes, being too many home invasions that are happening, and we need to go ahead and get this solved." So Angel walks in. I forgot her name, but I'm gonna give y'all her name. I'm sorry, y'all. But she walks in and she says that the fingerprints from that remote belong to three different people. One of them is unalive, and the other one is in prison, and the other one is at a specific address. And okay, we have some clues. Now let's go get him. Let's go knock on his door and see what is going on. So this dude is in the shower listening to Vanilla Ice. I know y'all remember Vanilla Ice, Ice Ice Baby. And keep in mind, you guys, this series takes place in 1991, so you're definitely going to hear music from 1991. It fits with the film or the series, you guys. So just be prepared, because there's gonna be a lot of old school music that's gonna be played. So anyway, this guy's in the shower, and the police butts in, and they snatch him up. They don't care if he's butt naked or whatever. They snatch him up, haul him out of there. He asks for his shoes. Of course, they don't care about you having any shoes. You're out of here. So they go ahead and they take this one down to the police department, y'all. So then we're gonna have Dexter, and he's looking at all of the serial unalivers. He's looking at magazine articles of all these different serial unalivers, and he's asking himself, am I just like them? Will I get caught like them? Just he hasn't even done his first unalivement, but this is what is in his mind. Rather than him be out and studying or out and having fun, he's in the bedroom talking about, unaliveness, serial unalivers. So anyway, we have Deb, and she goes to a party. Of course, she takes Dexter with her, Now, keep in mind, she didn't want to take Dexter with her because Dexter is square, so to speak, and she is that girl allegedly. But she typically goes to parties and drinks and drinks and drinks and drinks. Now, all of Dexter's attendance is encouraged by their father. Again, this is just an attempt to get Dexter to have some sense of normalcy in his life. However, you know, will Dexter ever really truly be normal? So Deb's friend comes down and says, "Hey, I tried to get Deb out of this room. However, the door is locked." So Dexter goes to the room, he bangs on the door, and the guy is like, go to we're busy or whatever the case may be. So now Dexter is not having it. He kicks the door in and he sees Deb laid out, and this dude is standing over in front of her with his pants down, getting ready to attempt to violate her. However, Dexter snatches him up by the throat and throws him literally down the staircase and gets downstairs and begins to wail on him. Now Dexter sees blood, and at this moment, Dexter in his brain is like, "This is about to be my first unalivement." He literally grabs for the knife, and thankfully, Deb walks downstairs fast enough, even though she's drunk as a skunk. She walks downstairs fast enough to stop this whole situation. Now, they're outside, and Deb was like, "Well, what are you doing? Why are you doing this?" Dexter explains to him, "This is not a slow. Y'all know how you have a lot of filler words in films or series. This is not that. They literally get right to the point where Deb says, or where Dexter says that dude was about to take advantage of you, so I stopped him." And at that moment, she knew she had a good brother in Dexter, but of course, she's still lit. And so she just tells him, "Pull my hair back so I can finish throwing up." And so the kids walk inside. Dexter and Deb walk inside, and Dexter takes up for Deb. He says that, I had a good time, even though he knows that she was, even though Harry knows that, or Harrison knows that Deb was super lit. He knows Dexter still just tried to take up for her. But Harry is like, "I just want you guys to, when it's time to be in the house, be in the house, y'all." And this is what happens. This is why Harrison is so, or Harry, I'm sorry, because Harrison is actually Dexter's son, and we saw him in the previous season of Dexter. But anyway, he's definitely named after Dexter's adopted father. So anyway, this is why we see where Harry is so what appears to be overprotective of the kids. It's because there's a moment, y'all. Listen, my hair is all over the place, and please forgive me, girl, but it's gonna be all right. But anyway, you guys, this is the reason why Harry is super overprotective of the kids. He was at home and he was supposed to be watching after his biological son, and he was watching football. Poor baby ends up going into a swimming pool and drowning. And this is why Harry is so overprotective, because he doesn't want anything to happen to Dexter as well as Deb. Now, unfortunately, the baby, which is named Junior, he doesn't make it, and Mom comes home and is frantic because she sees a coroner vehicle, and Harry has to tell her exactly what happened. So this was a flashback of Harry, where we find out that his biological son was unalive. Listen, you guys, if you're tapped in, tuned in, kicking it with the girl right now, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. If you're a dedicated, ruthless addict, please hit that share button as well as that like button, and just spread the love for me, you guys. I absolutely appreciate you for sure. Now we see Harry as well as Dexter, and they are out in the woods, and Dexter is just confiding in Harry and explaining to him, "I can't control my urges, these, because he takes him on these outings, these deer hunting outings, so that he can somewhat cure his thirst for unalivement. Like it's been in him for a long time, in Dexter, since he was a child, the urge to want to unalive someone. And Harry has been doing everything that he can to help him with those urges. And it gets so stressful, that this conversation gets so stressful that Harry ends up having a heart attack and has to go to the hospital, y'all. And poor Dexter, he's like he has no feelings. He doesn't even say that I love you, Dad, but he does have common sense to get his dad over his shoulder and take him to that hospital. So in the hospital, he is has to be, they're sitting around and they're waiting. Of course, Dexter is eating, because this is not phasing him. But Deb is like, how can you be eating at this time when our father is, going through having a heart attack? And Dexter is like, he just pretends and he puts the candy down, because he really doesn't know what a normal reaction is supposed to be to someone being close to unalivement. So after they talk, they're able to go in and talk to Harry, talk to the doctor, and the doctor says that he can actually make a full recovery, but he's going to have to stop smoking, stop drinking, stop stressing, all of the things that are causing him to stress. He's going to have to stop those, try his best to stop those things. And of course, Dexter is like saying to himself, he is the reason for his stress, which he actually is, because he's walking around telling his father, or adoptive father, that he has urges to unalive people. How else is he supposed to react? So anyway, back at the home, Deb thinks, okay, well, if I get rid of all of this excess food, all of this or not just excess food, but food that is not healthy for us, maybe just maybe this will help. This will help, change the eating habits, change everything. So then she has a moment, she's saying, because we already don't have our mother, I definitely don't want to lose my father. And this is why she begins to throw all of the food that they have away. But then a piece of red meat drops onto the floor, and Dexter is looking at that red meat like he's a vampire and ready to just pounce on that raw red steak that's on that ground, y'all. So back at the hospital, Harry is not getting better. Now, the doctor was saying that he could get better if things change. However, something is not quite right, and Deb, as well as Dexter, realize he's supposed to be getting better, but he's not. So then, in the other room that Dexter passes by, and his father's nurse is in that room as well, but one of the patients in the hospital ends up passing away. Y'all just know we're about to meet another serial unaliver. Please stay locked in. We are tapped in and tuned in, talking about season 1 of episode 1 from Dexter Original Sin, which is currently streaming on Paramount, Showtime Paramount. So make sure you guys are locked in, and I'm definitely going to be bringing you guys recaps every week. Looks like they're going to give us one episode per week, which is perfect. So that way I can come and connect with you guys, and as we talk about Dexter, okay? So moving right along, there is this nurse. This is the nurse. Now she's looking at a newspaper, but Dexter doesn't quite know what it is she's looking at. But she throws that same newspaper in the trash can. So Dexter walks right past her, and she's looking like, yeah, I know you see me, but two serial unalivers will recognize two serial unalivers. That was what Dexter was thinking when he picks up this newspaper. But what he does is go downstairs to the store and gets another copy of the newspaper to see what was actually missing. So not only does he put two and two together that, okay, this lady is keeping trophies because the nurse is taking people out. She's literally poisoning them with some type of potassium something, and she's unaliving folks. Like, she's slowly but surely unaliving them. So anyway, this is that same shot that she's giving everyone that's taking people out, because we'll talk about her why in a minute. But again, Harry is not looking good. He is near unalivement. So, Dexter is questioning her, well, what are you giving him? And the so she drops this pin, which is, they have the sharps in the hospital where they put all the needles after they're used. They put all the used needles in this sharps box. And so Dexter is smart. Of course, we know Dexter is smart. He goes in, takes that box out of there. He's definitely watching this nurse. He has his eyes on this nurse. He even goes into her desk and sees that she has this folder that has all of the people that she has actually unalive, because she just put a new picture in the folder. So Dexter is on the case, and he has an idea that this woman is up to no good. He just can't pinpoint it right away. But he attends the University of Miami, and so he takes this needle and takes his father's blood work to the lab. Of course, he's a medical student, but so he has access to labs and all of that stuff. So he takes this needle to the lab, and find out that this chick is putting potassium chloride or something like that in his father's bloodstream. So the professor says this won't hurt anyone, but if it's given in multiple days or multiple time frame, it could actually unalive a person. And Dexter goes back to the hospital, lets his father know she's trying to unalive you. She's poisoning you with potassium. And at this moment, Dexter's father said, "Don't let her unalive me." And when he when his father gave him the go ahead, that was the green light for Dexter to commit his first unalivement. And y'all know what unalivement means. So, of course, it doesn't just seem like he's getting quite better just yet, but Deb is there watching him. Now, keep in mind, Dexter was supposed to go to Deb's volleyball game. But because Dexter has a new assignment, he's not going to make it. But Deb is not aware of this assignment. She's not in on Dexter and who Dexter really truly is. She just thinks he's that weirdo big or that weirdo brother. So y'all know how Dexter does it. He comes in with the plastic. He's cleaning, he's sanitizing everything, so there's no hair, no fingerprints, no nothing that's going to be left. And he's got this big old switchblade that he's about to do some damage with. The nurse comes in the home. He snatches her up, y'all. This is the same woman that just tried to unalive his father, but she's considered a serial unaliver because she had at least 4 other unalivements in her photo album. And so Dexter goes through the process that he does. He snatched her up. He put her on his table that has that plastic. Y'all know how Dexter does. In the meantime, Deb is looking for Dexter. She doesn't, like I said, she's completely unaware of who Dexter really is. So back at the house, like I said, Dexter's putting this lady on the table because he's really setting her up for the unaliving. Y'all know when it looks like this, it's about to go down. Dexter Morgan is about to do some damage. Listen, you guys, I'm going to take a quick break, let you guys marinate on this particular image. I will be right back. All right, you guys, I am back. I am back. Dexter's original sin, y'all. Listen, he got this lady on the table. Y'all know what it is when Dexter puts people on that plastic and he wraps that, locks that head in, locks that chest, those arms. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know that Dexter is about to do some damage. He has to have that conversation. He's definitely going to collect his own trophy, but he has that conversation with the individual, lets them know because you're an unaliver, I'm going to unalive you. Like Dexter. That's just how Dexter maneuvers. He takes this big sword, this knife, and he drives it through this lady's chest. And that's a wrap. Nurse Ratchet is out of here. Okay. So then we're gonna see if you're Floridian, then you're familiar with Alligator Alley. And Alligator Alley, you do not want to be caught on Alligator Alley with your vehicle not working properly when the lights go down because it's super dark and there are literally alligator out there. And so unfortunately, y'all, this is where he is going to take her body. He's gonna drop her into that ocean or to that swamp, and the gator is going to finish and do the rest of the work. So then we're gonna see, y'all, we're gonna see Dexter, and he's making his way back home. He has kept himself a souvenir, which was the nurse's earrings. And he pulls up at the house and he's like, oh boy, I'm about to be caught. Because he's thinking that they're on him already. But in actuality, his father's co-workers are there for support. They are there to bring food to Deb as well as Dexter. Like I said, all of them, all of the team, they're pulling up, just showing their support, feeding the kids. They brought plenty of food, whether it's healthy or not. They still brought plenty of food. Now Deb is not with it. She's like, "Where were you? Like, where were you last night?" Or she's the one that walked in the house late, but she's upset with Dexter because Dexter was actually supposed to be at her volleyball game. However, he missed it because he was on his assignment for unalivement. Wow. But anyway, Angela walks up to Dexter. Like I said, she's the CSI, and she found out that Dexter solved one of their crimes without knowing that he actually solved one of their crimes. But he put the clues together, and so Musaka went and told her how good Dexter really is, and she offers him a job. Now she offers him the pay of $4.25 per hour. Like in 1991, that was still not a lot of money, but yeah. So anyway, yeah, we see all this food. We see all this food that they have bought. Some is edible, some is not quite edible. Um, Deb is big mad, so she ends up throwing all this food out, regardless of whether it's healthy or not. She keeps throwing away food. That's why her behind's so skinny now. But she had Dexter take the food out to the trash, and he did. Now he's sitting at his own graduation, and nobody is there with him. Dexter is at his graduation alone. Um, but he thinks he's alone, but Deb shows up for him anyway. And so she shows up, she gives him a hug, she turns his tassel because for some reason Dexter is just is different. Dexter is just different. I don't know how to describe it, but Dexter is just different. So anyway, Dexter goes to the hospital because his father gave him the go ahead to do that first unalignment, and he did it. And Dad is getting ready to get out of the hospital, y'all. So we're almost wrapping this thing up, you guys. I'm absolutely enjoying Dexter. I'm absolutely enjoying everything. I will definitely be watching episode number 2, Dexter Original Sin. Season 1, episode 1 came in with a banger, and I'm absolutely here for it all. So again, they're at the hospital getting ready to take father home, and Dexter tells his father that he did what he told him to do, and they on their way out of the hospital. And so Dexter, like I said, in this bedroom, once Harry finds out that Dexter has how do you call it? That thirst, that craving to unalive somebody that he has been having has been cured. But it's like his father knows that this is something that's going to continue. Now I'm looking forward to seeing how Harry is going to attempt to stop Dexter from becoming this individual. But at this point, he's all in. I don't see any way of Dexter stopping, considering what we already know and all the different shows of Dexter that they have given us. Um, let's see. Then, and we're almost done, you guys. Dad is just looking at these pictures, reflecting on the son that he once had, and now he is brokenhearted. He is in tears. Like I have a monster in my home, and I don't know what to do. So back at the police station, Harry goes back to work because he's feeling much better. Dexter has been hired as the CS one of the CSI, and they're working together. He and his father are working together. But this is a way for Harry, or well, one, this is a way for Harry to watch Dexter, and two, this is a way for Dexter to get in close enough to see who these serial unalivers are and take them out when the times come. When the time comes. So first day on the job, he's meeting everybody. Everybody is or re-meeting everyone. Everyone is hugging Harry because he's a great detective. They're just so happy for him to be on the job, be back at the job. Musaka tells Dexter, "You're late," and Dexter is like, he don't have a whole answer. I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. So like I said though, Dexter is on the job. Musaka is teasing him though. In actuality, he's teasing him. Now they go into the office and he gives Dexter this little itty bitty seat to sit in. Y'all listen, that was the end of Dexter season 1, episode 1, Original Sin. I am absolutely here for it all. Let me know in the comments if you guys are going to continue to watch Dexter. Now, a lot of people are uncertain about watching it because on the last Dexter, some people felt let down about how it ended. But had it not ended the way that it did, just in my opinion, we wouldn't be getting the backstory of how Dexter became the Dexter that we know. Okay. All right, y'all. That is it. That is it. That is it. I am so grateful that you guys came in, tapped in, and kicked it with your girl Tika Deshawn right here at All Things Ruthless as we chatted it up about Dexter. I'm looking forward to chatting and connecting with you guys again next week for episode number 2. Okay. All right, y'all. That's about it. Thank you so much. And I'm out of here. And you guys have an amazing, amazing night. And just stay ruthless, okay? Stay ruthless.